Welcome to another episode of the Caregiver and Spoonie podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Banderas. Just a quick reminder, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes of the podcast. And once again, thank you for all the emails, the support. I get new emails every day and I like to hear them from you. I know that I've been chatting back and forth with some of you, so I like that. I like the interactions and the feedback. But let's get into today's episode, shall we? Now, on today's episode, I wanted to talk about the two most powerful words that you can use and actually how to use them. Now, the two most powerful words in any language, they're going to be I am. And you might be like, how come they're powerful? Oh, let me explain to you how powerful they are. Now that I look back at my journey, I started using I am in the right way, and everything has changed. One of the things that that I started doing is that every time in the morning I say I am healthy, I am powerful. Like, you do your affirmations, you do positive affirmations. Now, here's how it works though. It is incredible. Now, when you use I am, you're setting an intention. You're saying I am. You are. Well, what follows is also important. Why? Because if you say I am healthy and you repeat that to yourself over and over and over, or I am a learner, that's one of the ones that I use. You keep repeating over and over and over, your mind is going to start to believe it. And remember what we have talked about. The mind is very powerful. You have to feed it good stuff. You have to feed it positivity. You have to feed not negativity, but positivity. You have to change the way that you think sometimes in order for you to get better. Because if you say, I am sick, I am tired, I am this, like, oh, I am broke, or I am this, you are going to be broke, you are going to be sick, you're not going to get better because you're setting a very powerful intention that you're not okay. But if you say, I am okay, I am getting better, I am learning, I am this, say it with like a positive word after I am, and it takes time. It's not gonna be easy, it's not gonna be fast, it's not gonna be Amazon Prime, you're not gonna get the next day. It's literally rewiring your brain, or pretty much brainwashing your brain or your mind again from negative to positive. One of the things that happened to me, and I have mentioned this on the blog, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea after 10 years of suffering. But for those 10 years, I was broken because I was like, oh, I am so tired. And guess what happened? I was so tired. Or I would say like, I am broke, and then I didn't have money. But then once I started learning more about like the powerful intentions behind I am, or like how powerful that is, I changed that from I am tired to I am healthier, or to I am getting better, or to I am working on myself, or to I am going to figure this out, and that actually helped me, because after I started doing that, wow, we found out that I had sleep apnea, and this did happen. That's why I'm sharing it, because for 10 years, doctors didn't want to look at anything else but my body and blood tests. That's it. They never checked my oxygen. They never checked anything else. Then my wife came along and she's like, no, he snores. And I was like, no. But then they did the oximeter test, and it turns out that I wasn't getting enough oxygen. So once I started getting enough oxygen, I was feeling a lot better. And then I realized, like, okay, I said I was going to get better, and I did. When my wife had her breakdown and she became a Spoonie, and everything happened, like everything went downhill for us, I said a powerful intention when I say I am going to get better once I was diagnosed with PTSD. I am going to figure it out. I am going to be able to take care of my wife. I am going to make sure that nothing happens to her. And guess what? That's exactly what happened, because I kept pushing. I kept telling that to myself every day. You have to tell that to yourself every day. I do it in the mornings. When I wake up, but you can do it at any time throughout the day. But you have to do it every single day. Don't stop. You might have a bad day. Today might be, yesterday was a bad day. Yesterday it's gone. Today is a brand new day. You can start over today. You give your affirmations, you start over. And a lot of people don't believe the power behind words, but it is so true. Like, I'll give you this example. The reason why words are so powerful, when I was growing up, my mom, or I figured this out last night when I was talking to my wife. Growing up, because my mom was never at home, or she was rarely at home. I never really pay attention to her because I never saw her as a mother figure, or as somebody that I should listen to. Same thing with my uncle. So anytime they will call me, I wouldn't really pay attention to them. I would be like, huh? What did you say? Like, I wasn't really paying attention. And instead of them looking to see, hey, what's going on, they will say like, oh, you're deaf, you're deaf, you're deaf, you're deaf, you're going deaf, you're going deaf, you're going deaf. So I believe that. And then, and this is funny, I met my wife. The same thing was happening. I wasn't paying attention to her. She got tired of it, okay? She got tired of it. So she's like, you know what? We're going to check your ears. We're going to see if you need hearing aids because you're not listening to me, or you're not hearing me. So she sends me to the doctor, and and they tested my ears. Okay, so they tested my hearing and everything, and I have perfect hearing. I was even looking at the paper, and I'm like, really? And I never figured out. I never thought about it anymore. I was like, I'm not deaf. My wife was pissed. She's like, how can this be? But then I realized, in a subconscious level, I didn't realize that this change happened until yesterday when I was talking about it, and I kind of went back and I was like, what exactly changed? In my mind, I was like, okay, I'm not deaf, and then I started listening better. Like, I was, after that, after my results came back negative, I realized that I was able to hear better I was able to hear my wife better and everything. I was able to hear. But now, yesterday, like when I figured this out, I was thinking about, like, how come I could never hear before? And it's because I was told from a very young age that I was deaf. So in my mind, I thought I was deaf. But it turns out that I wasn't deaf. I was just not paying attention to people that were trying to be a role figure or a leader figure, a father or mother figure, but they were not the right models for me. So I wasn't going to pay attention to them because I was looking for the right role model. So they were mad. My wife was mad. She sends me to the doctor, and it turns out nothing is wrong with me. And that's why powerful words are so powerful, because now if you use I am, like one of the things that I started doing now that I think back, after I got my my results saying like, you're not deaf, you're okay, I was like, I am not deaf. I am not deaf. I just keep repeating it, and I didn't even notice I was repeating it. And then my hearing literally came back. Like, my hearing came back, and now I can literally hear things or people behind me, even if I'm using like my noise canceling headphones. That's why I like to get the next version up, because like I was telling my wife, like, I like to get the next version up because the ones I have like don't work. Like, I can still hear people, and I'm like, wow. But you know, like, back to the episode. I don't want to go off on a tangent. Words are powerful. So if somebody said to you something, like in my case, it was like, "Oh, you're deaf." Guess what? I am not deaf, and I'm saying that I am not deaf. So if you use two powerful words, which is "I am" in the morning, you can actually have a fantastic day. You can also say like, "Oh, today's gonna be a great day." You can repeat it multiple times and you're gonna believe it and nothing is gonna change. At the end of the day, you're gonna realize like, "Ah, wow, I did have a good day." Or if you're facing a challenge, a health challenge or any type of challenge, especially because of during the of everything that's going on with the pandemic and everything, you can say, "I am going to get through this. I am going to figure it out. I am going to be better. I am going to learn new things." Like you can change the way you think about yourself by using those words properly. If you use "I am powerful," you're going to become a powerful person. Like I say, it doesn't happen all of the sudden. It's not gonna be overnight. It's not gonna be like Amazon Prime. It's gonna take time. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. It took me a long time to get to this point because you can ask my wife. She's not gonna lie. Before I went to therapy and I decided to work on myself, I was not the I wasn't like the nicest person. I was an asshole. I was broken. I was I didn't even like myself. Now I love myself. I am in love with myself. That is self-love. That's not selfish or ego or anything like that. That's self-love. Now I just want to spread that love, and that's pretty much what I like to do with this podcast. Like, hey, I know what you're going through. I know that I know I know what it feels like to be in that situation. Like, I don't know what you're going through. That's one thing. That's one of the things I want to say. I don't know what you're going through, but I know what it feels like to be in those type of situations where you feel helpless, you feel lost, you feel that there's not gonna be and there's nothing's gonna change. Well, guess what? It does change, but it takes time, and it's all gonna start with you. And the way that you can start is by using those two very powerful words known as "I am." And when you say that, please, 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 please say with intention. Say, "I am going to get better. I am going to figure this out. I am going to learn what I want to learn. I am not broke. I have money. You set that intention for yourself. You deserve it. Like, I am going to get better, and you will see that you're going to get better." Now that I'm thinking about it, and because I just said this, my wife, she has been saying a lot for a long time, like, "I am going to get better." And guess what? There has been a lot of good changes in her behavior and her attitude and everything that has helped her to get even better in regards to her health. Obviously, there's still challenges, but from when she started, like from when everything went down in 2017 to now, she has done a lot better. From when that happened back in 2017 to now, I have done better. So I can tell you, like, it is hard. But right now, you can just start by saying those two powerful words, "I am," and make sure that what's next after that is not negative, it's positive. And say it to yourself every day. Write them down. See them every day. You have to see them and you have to start to believe it. And I know. So right now, you might not have self-belief. You might not believe in yourself right now. But I was at that spot at one point where I didn't believe in myself, and guess what? Look at me now. You can look at you can go back to the first episode of the podcast to now, and you can see the changes through all the episodes, all the changes that I have done. Now I can talk a little bit better. I'm getting better at that. See, I am getting better, and you can see it. Like, you can even see it in my face. You can see it in my expressions. I am getting better because I set that intention. Like, I said, "Hey, how can I make the podcast better?" Well, I need to get this. I need to practice more speaking. So I started doing that. There's an app that helps you literally practice. So I do that all the time now, and I set that intention. I said, like, I am going to get better at this. Sorry, and I started to see the changes. Like, It is a very powerful word. I know that it sounds so simple, but it's not simple. It takes time and it takes a lot of effort. And I know you can do it. Don't give up yet. You're still in this fight. They're still fighting you. And right now, what I want to do with these episodes of the podcast, I want to show you that if you start with yourself, don't look at the answers outside. Start inside. You start little by little from the inside out. Oh my gosh, you're going to see the changes. It's going to take years. It might take years. It might take a lot of time. But you can do it because you're gonna start learning more about yourself. Like for example, one of the things that I like to do now, like when I found this memory about the I am, or what brought this memory, like I was saying about my family, about being deaf or everything. That's pretty much what brought up this topic about the how powerful it's I am, because I started saying like I am not deaf, and then boom, my hearing is back and I can hear better than ever. So I'm like, I'm okay now. I am okay. So this is what I wanted to show. This is what I want to show you. You can start little by little. Like it just takes 2 words, I am, and just say like I am healthier. I am getting better. Something like that. You start with something simple and you will see the changes. It takes time. Don't give up. Don't even think about what you want to see. Just say like, I am expecting changes, and you might not even notice them, but some other people might notice them, And you say like, hey, if you see any type of good changes on me, let me know. That's one of the things that I said to my wife all the time, and she does that for me, and it actually helps. So that's what I wanted to talk about today on this episode. I hope you guys are enjoying the episodes. I have a lot of topic recommendations that you guys have sent me, so there's gonna be a lot of episodes on this podcast. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe. Also, if you want to share your story, don't forget to send it to me at the Caregiver and Spoonie at gmail.com. If you have any requests for topics, you can also send it to me on the email, on Facebook, or anywhere, literally. And I leave you like always. Always take care of yourself. Have a good day.